Namaste, everyone. So, for a couple of years, I've done daily reminders, and feel like there is a lot there for someone to be able to utilize. And so now I wanted to present things in a different way, a little bit different context, in the form of weekly videos of weekly wellness wonder. And in these these videos, I'll talk about different topics to stay well mentally, physically, or spiritually. And today I would really like to address something let me turn my notifications down. A realization. I recently started teaching yoga at a Buddhist temple I started to attend, and it's quite a gem there. It was some unexpected joy, as in the way they practice, which is very pure to the original teachings, which I enjoy, because I feel that a lot of ritual and things like that, we think that they are accomplishing something spiritually, but they're physical acts that you are spending energy on. And so you're taking the mental and physical plane and saying that it is a spiritual experience because you might get a rush or an altered state of consciousness. But let's take a moment to talk about self-realization and what that really is. When we say that no guru and no teacher can actually teach you anything, like my students all around the world in 9 different countries, thousands of followers, there's nothing I can give anyone. There's nothing I can really teach any of you. It's only that the teacher or the guru, the guide, points away. I just say, look, point. And it's really in a way to not lead you to my thought or my view. It's to help you to unlock it within yourself. And what that really means, how do we apply it? That sounds so strange, right? Like, well, what good are you if I have to learn it on my own? Well, the guru or the teacher may give you an example or a piece of wisdom that you know nothing about. You have to unlock it in yourself. And it sounds strange, and we ask, what does that mean? But how does it apply? Well, take the instance of an infant, right? The infant does not know how to talk. All it knows is that it hears mama, daddy. Mama picks the baby up, and she addresses herself as mama, trying to teach the baby a word. And the baby knows it has to come to realize at first it has a voice. And if you've ever experienced a child doing this, it's quite a wondrous experience when you can tell the little light comes on and they realize that noise is their voice, right? So then they start exploring it, right? They're going inside. Even as an infant, they're like, oh, I have this tool. What is it? What does it do? And they start making these coos and these sounds, and they're exploring, trying to realize within themselves what this instrument is. And so the parents, mama, daddy. So the child is hearing this. The child then, even in an infant stage, puts together, I have a voice. Then it's for the child to realize how to form those words within the voice. That is an applicable example of what it means to have self-realization. The mother and the father, they say mama, dada repeatedly to the baby, but the baby has to find it in their own voice to form that sound, and how much introspection is really involved in that. If you think about it, it's quite remarkable. And that is the beginning of intelligence. It's where intelligence meets awareness, or intelligence comes into awareness. Is I have this tool, and then I have to introspect. Okay, I hear these sounds, so if I have this inside of me too, how do I make the sounds? So the baby is kind of really, I would imagine, going very deep inside to figure out, ka, and they start making these sounds, and that's how they're figuring it out. It's not that the parents are teaching the child. The parent makes a sound that the child hears, but it's that the child is having to go inside and figure out how to make that happen within themselves. And meditation is no different. That is actually, when the baby is doing that, is such a high form of awareness and meditation that I don't think that we are conscious of as adults. Through our conditioning, we lose sight of what's already inside of us. There's no reason to go search. There's no reason to look outside or to ask someone else. Only if you might need a clue. Great teachers and masters, yes, question them, ask them. And when they give you an answer, you may not understand it. It's because gnosis. You can have knowledge all day long, but gnosis is the actualization of that knowledge. We can regurgitate Rumi all day long. You can regurgitate all these things all day long, but unless you sit down in the practice of meditation, just like unless the infant sits down with their voice and they play with it and they figure it out for themselves. And that's truly what meditation is. It's not running away from your thoughts. It's the complete acceptance and awareness. And it's the doorway of where intelligence can become awareness. And so look inside yourself. What are your tools? What can you do? Who are you? And find that and accept it. If there is anger, if you find that you are angry, it's to accept this in yourself. And if you want to modify this behavior, which I advise that you should, because holding on to anger is literally like reaching for a hot coal and expecting it to burn the other person. It's not going to hurt yourself holding on to it. So it's not to escape from it, but you can let it go, but you have to acknowledge it. You have to feel it first. And it's not to bring it inside. We don't actually have to bring these emotions inside. It's to look at it. Just as the baby is looking at the sounds, it's listening. It's experiencing it, but it's looking at it. And so it's to really go deep within yourself, look at your tools, and be aware of them, of yourself, of the world around you. And through this awareness, you can find the connectedness of all things. The child that is learning from the parent is connected to the parent in the information exchanged. But ultimately, we have to figure it out for ourselves. So your, wellness homework for the week. Look inside yourself. Look at the parts of yourself you don't know and see what realizations you can come to on your own. Independent. You might have heard something that you don't understand. So how do you take it inside to play with it and apply it? So that is the wellness wonder for the week, is to just see what can you introspect. What is inside? And to just take a little time out of each day to set aside what you've been told, what you've been led to believe, and see what's true inside of yourself, little by little. And it comes little by little. So I bid you all a wonderful week, and I am really interested. I hope that I get to hear some of your realizations within the next week or so. You can message or comment, and I will see you guys next week. Namaste.